Well, first an easy question, I think. The first album that you bought, do you still recall?
I think it was Eva Cassidy, Songbird, when I was really young. I really liked the kind of simplicity of it. Yeah, I think that was the first one.
How old were you?
I don't know, I think maybe like 10, I don't know, 11, 10, 9, around that age.
You named the simplicity. Can you be a bit more precise? What did you like?
I liked her voice, I liked the guitar and how it's quite acoustic. And I love the songs as well. I just liked that it wasn't like all the stuff that you hear on the radio, like the really big produced kind of stuff. I used to like really simple acoustic music, whereas now I like stuff that sounds a little bit bigger. But yeah, I found it really relaxing. Okay.
Well, she passed away, I think.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Sorry?
It's sad because she was such a talented musician.
Yeah. Do you still listen to that album?
Yeah, sometimes. I love Fields of Gold and Songbird.
Yeah.
I did Songbird for my music exam at school.
That's cool. And afterwards, what did you buy? Did you buy more singer-songwriters, or were you more into the poppy stuff?
I just listened to a lot of my mum's albums that she had. She had like ABBA, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. She likes all that kind of big voice stuff. So I listened to all that. I just used to flick through CDs in my house and randomly come across people. But I don't know. I like Bon Iver, for Emma. I like loads of different things. There isn't like a particular one really.
Well, your father is Scottish and your mother is Swedish.
Yeah.
What did they bring, like you were saying, to the music? What sort of music did they bring? Did they bring some Scottish music too, or maybe some Swedish music, or?
Well, my mum loves pop music. I think Sweden's quite famous for pop music, so she liked all that. My dad liked more kind of indie music, so I think I've kind of ended up somewhere in the middle for that reason. But yeah. They have very different music tastes.
That's good. Well, you were 10 when you bought the Eva Cassidy album. Were you already into music yourself, maybe singing or playing?
Yeah, I picked up piano at 10 and just kind of played a few chords. But
why? Why the piano?
Why? I don't know. I love words. I've always written like little poems and little kind of just stories from the age of about 6. And then when I got to 10, I started loving music and singing. And I was really terrible at singing, but I was so interested in writing that I wanted to do both of them. And then it just kind of, I just loved doing it. I loved being kind of creative and free to do what I want, so yeah. Well,
you said you were 6. It's pretty young.
Yeah, I'm a proper word geek. I love words and stories and stuff.
How come you started at age 6? Did you have to do something in school or?
No, I just liked it. I'm like an only child, so sometimes I would just have to kind of think of ways to entertain myself when I was younger. And I just liked writing stories. I read the Harry Potter books back in the day. And I used to write books trying to be like that, like short stories. And then they just kind of got smaller and turned into songs.
But if I listen to you carefully, then maybe the writing is something that you like more, maybe? Then maybe writing songs or playing with words?
What?
Well, you said you started out as well with writing stories, just words.
Yeah.
And then the music came into it. What made you decide, well, maybe I'm not going to be a writer, but I'm going to write songs? What was that switch?
I just get bored writing stories because they're so long, whereas songs are just short and sweet. And I feel like I love music and I love like different sounds as well. So it just kind of naturally happened to turn out to be the same thing, kind of going together. And I think like being able to write music and like help someone or make them feel something is really powerful.
Do you still recall your oldest song, story story-wise?
Yeah, I've got 2 of the books that I wrote when I was really young on my loft. One's called Harry and That Silly Football. It's about my cat that was a footballer. I was a bit weird as a child.
Well, why weird? How come? It's just good to do your own stuff. Well, you've released an album earlier this year, Peroxide. Well, you work together with certain maybe songwriters, Jack Gosling, Ian Archer, Nick Hodgins, Nina Nesbitt. Can you name what did you learn, or what was fun working with, for example, Jack?
I loved working with all different people. I think Jake was really cool because we got on like really well as friends, and it was really like chilled out in the studio. There was no like, oh god, like this is kind of really awkward or anything. It was just really chilled out, and I kind of said this is what I want to do, and he just kind of is able to bring the vision and the sound that someone like an artist has to life. So yeah, it was good.
So you actually brought your own written songs to him, and then you worked on them together?
Yeah, well, some songs I would just come with a song written, he'd just produce it and record it, and others I would write with him or write with other people as well. So yeah, it's good.
Ian, what did you do with him?
We wrote songs together.
What did he bring, or what did you learn? Or
he's an amazing guitarist, and he's great at like lyrics and melody as well. So I think like my guitar skills really only go so far at the moment. So to work with him, being an amazing guitarist, and he's really good with lyrics as well. Usually, like if it was a co-writing session, I would always want to do my own lyrics, but working with Ian, I found it was easy to like collaborate on them as well.
Yeah. Nick Hodgins?
Yeah, well, he's a drummer, so we got a really cool groove for a track called He's the One I'm Bringing Back, and kind of took that kind of 70s, 80s vibe and brought it to life, and it was cool.
Okay. Well, the last one, Rune, I don't know how do you pronounce it?
Rune.
Rune, yeah, Rune. What was it like to work?
Yeah, I was in LA writing with kind of really big pop writers for my album, and I was there for 3 weeks, and I didn't like any of the songs that I'd done for my album, and I was just a bit like, oh, I've come all this way. And one of the writers kind of hooked me up with Rune, and he was like, oh, my friend, like, he does like kind of folk rock music, like I think you get on well. So I just went along, kind of, it was just a bit of fun really, and then I loved the song, and it ended up on the album.
Okay. Well, the songs on this album that you wrote, in what time span were they written?
From like 17 to 19.
Okay, so pretty short span.
Well, some of them, one of them was 16, but yeah, 3 years.
What is the oldest song?
Skeletons.
Yeah, do you still recall what inspired you to write this song?
Yeah, it was the song's about anxiety, and something I used to kind of have a lot when I was younger, and the song's just kind of explaining what it feels like to experience that, I think.
So but now you don't have that much anxiety anymore?
No, I think I've got it all out my system.
Okay, how come? Playing music and...
Yeah, music's very good for it. I don't know, I think once you realise how the mind works, you can control it a lot easier.
Okay. There's also one song on the album with Kodaline. What's it like, this song holds you? What was it like to work with them?
That's one of my really old songs I did when I was 17, and I always I had it out as a solo kind of record first, and then I always had the idea of collaborating with someone and kind of,
No problem.
giving it a bigger sound. And Kodaline are one of my favourite bands, and kind of ended up friends, and they asked me to feature on their EP, so I did that, and then I said, would you guys be up for featuring on my album?
Yeah.
So yeah, we got in the studio and recorded it, and I really love it.
Last question. The album is called Peroxide. It's also a song on the album, the opening song. Is this song more important?
No, it's just I like the word peroxide.
Why?
a lot of people think, oh, it's because you've got blonde hair, but for me, the word peroxide was a metaphor for the relationship that I wrote majority of the album about. And it's kind of taking that word and knowing how it's got two kind of sides to it. It can either be really good and it can turn dark from the light, or it can burn, it can leave marks. And I just like the word. I think it's a cool word.
Well, you said you wrote the album more about it. Can you explain a bit more? Oh, well, you said it explains what you wrote the album about.
Yeah.
Can you explain a bit more?
Just about a relationship that I was in. It was kind of my first serious relationship, and a lot of things I hadn't felt before, and I just found it very inspiring to write about.
So it was good and it was bad.
Yeah.
That's good. Are you still in this relationship?
No.
So, okay. It turned out, well, now it's good. Because you wrote an album about it.
Yeah.
What was it like to tour with Ed Sheeran? Really nice question.
Yeah, it was good. Really good. I got to kind of see a lot of new places and meet a lot of new people, and yeah, I think he's a great musician, so.
Will you be working with him?
Probably not.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.